broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Modern Family After Show. It is Season 7, Episode 10 here at AFTERBUZZ TV. We are going to break down this episode, starting with myself. I'm your host, Steve Kauffman. You can find me on Twitter, at Steve Kauffman. That's Kauffmann. I'm not alone. We have a special guest returning to my left.
Hi guys, I'm Roxy Striar. Thanks for having me back. It was a little hot and heavy in here last time, so I don't know. I thought that my invite was never going to come.
Fair enough.
I am Adam Salandra. You can find me at Adam Salandra, and I'd love to know more about what happened later, because that's interesting.
And I'm Khaliel Abooboo. Nice to meet you all if we haven't met before. Nice to see you again if this is another meeting.
Oh my God.
Is that your 2016
No.
greeting?
Testing it out.
No.
Just testing it in smaller markets. I see what you're doing there.
That seemed like real life Tinder. Like somebody's going to swipe now on that.
Hello, my name is Khaliel Abooboo.
Nice to meet you for the first time, unless we've Tindered before.
Some people delete their profiles and then
Yeah, I
make
know,
another
that's
one
what I'm
and
saying.
Oh, I'm gonna duck out of this. And into the episode.
Cool.
Boom! I can't.
No,
duck out.
Yeah, the ducks.
Yeah.
Duck.
I see what you did there.
No, but I don't think you meant like the actual ducks.
No, that's exactly
Oh,
what
you
I
did?
meant. I
I
meant
had
the
this
pun.
plan from
What I was
woke
about
up
to
this
say.
morning.
What I was about to say is I can't believe I wasted that pun up top.
You can use it again.
Like that was my bullet in the chamber pun. Like I was gonna try to be creative and find more.
There's
more.
ducking
There's-
puns.
I have a feeling we're just getting started.
All right, so Phil and the ducks.
Hey, what a segue.
Phil loves the ducks.
He loves the ducks.
He
You
loves
know,
the ducks.
you know how they always add a child on sitcoms to like make it funny after? I feel like they did do that with Joe, but also
Yeah, like,
ducks. Like
Those shows
as
been
well.
running a really long time.
Yeah, they don't help them get.
By the way, where does that originate? My favorite comedy of all time, friends. Just saying, the Chick and the Duck. They stole it.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not
Didn't think
bitter about it
that.
at all.
How dare a duck be on another sitcom?
Well, that was that was a yellow duck, and these ducks are brown.
Good point. Good point. Are you trying to
Great
distinguish
point.
what are you trying to do with the ducks now?
I just appreciate diversity on television.
Okay. All right.
He wants ducks of all colors.
I feel
right.
like they're all ducks, but if you're saying one of them is not a duck, then I don't know
I'm
what
not
you're...
saying one is any less of a duck than another.
They're all ducks. Great
We're all
ducks.
ducks. But
So-
I'm just saying the yellow duck seems to get a lot of attention in the media. And there are other ducks out there.
True, I
That's
haven't
all
heard
I'm
about
saying.
this duck at all.
feel-
There's no Modern Family duck press.
No Modern Family duck press. There's no rubber ducky. That's
There's
the
no
color
rubber ducky.
of
That's all
the
I'm
color
saying.
of the mallard,
That's all
if
I'm
you will.
saying.
The types of mallard may or may not be a
Well,
type of duck.
I
didn't Google
appreciate
it beforehand.
diversity.
It's 2016
That's all I'm
and
saying.
times are clearly changing.
Steven Star in the
Because
chat,
here they
Mr.
are
Flame in
now.
the chat. Hello, both of you. Thank you for joining us. Please chime in on anything you have. Phil's going away to college to see Alex.
That was sweet.
Phil's going away to college.
He's going away to college to see Alex.
He put on his blazer. I really felt like
Oh,
he was
he
going
put on his-
away.
He
put on
probably
his-
thought he was going away.
He put on his best Bill Nye.
Yeah.
The
Complete.
science guy.
Fair enough. And leaving Luke, Haley, and Claire
Yeah.
to do something about the ducks.
Yes. And they did. But I'm glad they had a change of heart.
Yeah, but then this is the thing about this show, which I love and also frustrates me. It's like they do the ducks, they take the ducks, they get the ducks back, they let the ducks go. It's like the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Make up your mind, woman.
Well,
So
they
you
have to
don't
learn
like-
a few lessons. That's
So you don't.
the way it goes.
So you don't like sitcoms.
Basically.
You don't like any. You don't like any situational comedy where the characters stay.
stagnant in their situation
Yeah, like
I said-
and make no progress
I said
whatsoever.
I love it, but
Yeah.
it frustrates me because I just
Yeah.
want to shake them and be like, dude, like your day.
Yeah.
You just spent your whole day getting rid of these ducks, only to keep them, only to get rid of them.
That is
from your own
essentially
house.
my life.
Yeah.
I sit around and do the same thing, or like basically running a circle
Yeah.
all day.
But like, I actually enjoy this one because the characters learn lessons and the ducks go away.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I thought this episode was hysterical and I loved it. So.
I did.
No, that's all taken care of.
Also, Lindsay Miller, who's not with us this week, she will hopefully be with us next week. She said in an email that she read, and this sounds correct, that this week and last week were shot to be aired before the Christmas episode.
This week too.
This week too,
Yes.
which would explain why there's no handy
talk.
handy stuff.
I'm dying without the handy stuff. I need the handy stuff.
That's
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I
You don't
know.
have a third handy one?
But
You know,
so many
I-
handies are making
there
me
was-
uncomfortable now that we keep saying it over and over. I never realized.
Back to the ducks.
I don't know if that's better.
but no, I thought that was a really sweet way to end the episode, and I thought that like within the situational comedy realm, and especially where we are now, where characters will progress and things will change,
Yeah.
that you can kind of trick us a little. That it looks like, oh, so the ducks are like Jay's dog. Jay's just gonna have a dog. Phil's gonna have ducks, and then they're like, no, everyone's gonna learn something. They're gonna let the ducks go.
If you love something, you have to let it
Let
go.
it go. That's right.
I don't think they'll be
And
coming
then
back.
I said this off of the air. At the end of the episode, when Claire has the phone and she gives it to Phil, I thought for a split second that she had the ducks on the phone. And I was like, how did she do that? How,
is-
and then what are they going to talk about?
But how did you think that when we already set it up where it was like Claire said, "Oh, he thinks of you. You guys
Because-
are the ducks."
Because she said sometimes they come back. And I was like, and then she handed him the phone. I was like, you don't have the ducks on the phone. You don't have, you're,
I do that too.
And
you're
you were
messing
correct.
with me.
I do that too sometimes.
No, but before, my dad's not a phone. That's okay. Deep.
Sorry.
There's a Lonely Island song where like I threw it
Oh,
on
I
the
thought-
ground, and he was like, "Hey, your dad wants to talk to you," and I threw it on the ground. My dad is not a phone.
Oh
That
my
was-
god, so over my head.
Sorry, that was
I thought I missed it from this episode.
that was real inside one song.
There's one person out there that understood.
There were a
it.
couple people,
But those people are
Watching.
losing their minds right now. So
Are they?
yeah, I don't.
They're like,
that's the good news.
why doesn't that panel get? Why doesn't the rest of that panel get me?
I know.
Steve gets
They're
me.
writing hate mail to us for right now.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I thought it could have just as easily been that she put a GPS tracker on the ducks and a picture of a map
Thank you.
to show
Thank
like,
you.
oh, they're coming back, or oh, they're.
Why would she put a tracker on the ducks?
I'm not saying it was a.
Well,
Look,
unfortunately, it was actually
a
his real life daughter.
split-second idea.
Can we talk about what actually happened?
it was
This
a human
way
being, and-
Sweeter that Alex called.
Yes.
So angry about
nice.
that duck call.
No, I love the whole Phil and Alex storyline tonight, though, with
Me
the,
too.
him
Yes,
actually
it was
leaving
very
the
sweet.
prom dress and all of that. I love their relationship.
And he knows
Okay.
her size.
Here's the thing. I
admirable.
started to.
No, seriously, as a dad, that's a big deal.
It's a
yeah.
big deal.
Really.
Where do you even get the prom dress? But you know what?
Goodwill.
Maybe. You're going to
They
dump
already
it in
mentioned Goodwill
chlorine.
actually in that episode, so
Well, like-
I'm sure it's true.
And not for like the money reasons. It's just if you need a
No,
prom
yeah.
dress like right now.
That you're going to dump in chlorine.
Yeah, like you're gonna go to the Goodwill first, and it's
I already knew the answer, I guess. I've gotten so many things at
Prom
Goodwill.
dresses?
even-
Prom dresses?
No, but I mean, they might as well be just ridiculous costumes.
or a vintage store.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
All those things. Like
It's LA.
they're-
You can find anything.
Also,
Yeah.
did anybody else think that was incredibly unsafe?
Jumping
No.
off in a
I thought
dress.
her dive was terrible. Like her form was like if
I
we were
mean-
judging, I would give her a big 0. And then-
I
that
just
was
liked
terrible
that somebody knew her name on the ground. They said,
And then
"Go
it was like,
Alex!"
"Go,
Alex!"
That was nice.
I thought that was really cute.
And I said, "Go Alex!"
Yeah.
Well, I have a question. Do you think she had the experience she learned? She was probably more comfortable there, but do you think they're going to try and bring her back just so it's easier to have her in the show?
I think that's effed up if they do that.
Yeah.
I will be so upset if she comes home because, like Phil said, oh, everybody's experience is different. I don't agree with that. Your first semester at college is usually
rough.
really hard.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
right.
you have to push through it.
Yep.
He's like, if you gave it your all, nobody gives it your all for one semester. I know people who have left college after 7 days. It's like you gotta
Yeah,
stick
that's insane.
through
Although
that.
for sure.
Not to mention, speaking as a former college RA, there are 2 portions to your freshman year or your first semester: the social portion and the grades portion, like the actual school portion.
Yeah.
One usually goes very well.
The other
The other usually
expense of
suffers
the
and
other.
sucks.
Absolutely.
And I see it all around. Like, and the people who sometimes the people who stay are the people who have a really good social experience and they have to figure out the school part. And then sometimes those people get asked not to stay.
Come back. Yeah.
But then the people who have a lot of problems and the people who I would always identify and try to help were the people that had the other part, where it's just like, yeah, straight A's, you're doing great, but like, what else do they do? And it's like they sit around.
They might jump off diving boards in prom dresses, but only with your encouragement.
My school didn't have rituals like that.
I don't think any school has that steadfast. Like, I think
do.
TV schools have, like, really?
Yeah, we had Fountain Run, which was pretty similar to this, and you had to get all dressed up in like floaties and different things, and everyone got wasted beforehand, and you run through all of the fountains on campus.
Really?
Yeah. It was like essentially this in like really goofy clothes.
Now I feel like I missed out on some experiences.
I know.
No,
I gotta go back to my school and tell
Back
them.
to school.
We gotta start doing some stuff, guys.
each their own,
I think
though.
it's really a black people thing. Like, we never have like cool rituals that you see
That's
on
not
like sitcoms.
true.
I don't see any. Like, I'm like,
I mean,
do that.
but it's also
We
a
didn't do
school.
that.
It's also a school size thing. I think if your school is massive, like the Temple University, the school I graduated from, massive. We'll save the Cosby jokes for after once we're off the air. But it's like a massive school, so it's hard to get any actual student-wide tradition to happen.
Like, all the freshmen should not be jumping into fountains if there's that many.
There's way
Those
too
all
many
the
freshmen.
seniors.
Oh, good. Yeah, time to make friends.
Yeah, because it funnels down. There are way less seniors.
But I do think it's important for anybody who is watching this show to realize whether your school does have rituals like this or not, it's really, really hard to go to college and make friends. And I think that I hope that they don't pull her back, because if they pull Alex back, so many people watch this show and use this show as like their life.
lessons.
Yeah.
That's what I did with Boy Meets World.
Yeah, me too. All the time.
We're like,
That's a.
I used to do that. Anything you grow up with, you look at it and you're like, that's me.
Yeah.
I should do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that we're totally the same person. So I just don't want to pull her back and then have a bunch of people be like, I should move home. Yeah, that's the move. It might be the move, but I just don't think it's a good lesson.
But I think
right
that's
now.
what this was about. This was about for Alex, that even if they do pull her back and she goes home, it's because she tried. She was like, I really tried. And maybe the second semester, and I've seen this happen to plenty, that they do great academically and terribly socially, and then they just overcorrect the other way, and they do great socially and then fail out of all their classes. I don't see Alex doing that, but I could see a similar arc for Alex where she feels like she has to come home.
Yeah, but I mean, Phil gave her the option, but then gave her the dress. So I think it was like, you can do what you want, but don't give up yet. So we'll see.
Yeah,
But I agree with you. That would be a bummer.
You can't make friends with noise-canceling headphones in your own room by yourself. Like, you just can't. So I like that he at least gave her the option, like you're saying.
Agreed.
that's true.
Yeah, and I thought that was really nice. Also, the robots. Can we talk about the robots for a little bit?
Were you really into that? I mean, I thought it's cool. Scary, because let's face it, some scary times are coming in our lives.
I wanted to play, though. I wanted to, like, eat,
Yeah, well, they attacked instead. But of course it was Phil.
The hands one. I wanted to
Oh,
do
hands
this.
one,
wanted to do it.
Yeah, I wanted to put my
definitely.
hands in and be
Yeah, I
like,
wanted to do that too. I wanted to go like this.
really? Yeah.
Just me being immature.
Great minds think alike.
There's only so many hand things you can do.
It's pretty
Like my
much.
brother who's joining me here on the Modern Family.
I mean, we could have waved. We could
Yeah,
have,
this
we could
could.
have
I
done
could be
peace.
shaking a bottle. That's what I was doing. Actually, was shaking a bottle.
Of course. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I figured was there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Shout
cool,
out to the
cool.
robots. I was hanging out with them last week at CES. They're all my
Very
peeps.
cool.
Just rubbing it in, huh?
Yeah, he is. That was such a name drop.
It
Like,
really was.
Robot name
it
drop.
really was.
yeah.
My one name drop.
CES.
Well, we heard it.
Well, you
right.
guys were here.
Yeah,
It was at
so
CES.
let's jump into Manny, Gloria, Cam, and the sauce.
Manny.
The sauce.
The
I-
sauce.
Need
We had
to
a lot of
taste
great
it
sauce
before we
puns.
can talk about it more. Like,
And I mean, I'm sure
Is
they're
it
going to
even good?
market it.
you think so?
I don't know.
I don't think
would-
it's legitimate that they don't give it to all of us for free through our televisions. Just saying.
Oh my God, what an idea for
would
the
they do
future.
that?
I saw a startup last week.
Well, how would it done?
No, they're unable to do
At
that.
CES.
I just hate watching things like that where they're like, it's so good, and I'm like, I want to know.
That is
Yeah.
hard.
It looks so good.
That's
And
how
those
I felt about
I
peppers-
can't
Good
watch the
Burger.
Food Network literally ever.
Yeah.
Because of that. Like, I'm like, that's amazing. I need to leave.
I have
need
to.
it, yeah.
I have such FOMO with food.
Yes, big time.
Especially
So-
this.
Especially prop food that may or may not actually ever exist.
That's true.
Like if you actually tried it, it's paint with
Right.
lead in it, and you'll die.
But at least
Pretty
you
much.
tried.
It looked like sauce, though.
It looked very
That's-
convincing. Shout
that's
out
what
to
it's
the
known
prop
as.
guys.
Good work.
Good job.
Good work, guys.
I have to take it back for a second. I'm sorry, but I just remembered, and I had an important question about Alex and the Nerds. They made the joke about the inhaler going up in the air. Why? is stereotypically an inhaler or allergies like a nerdy thing?
Because a lot of times it comes with anxiety, I think.
Well, it also keeps you in. If you're allergic, you're indoors, and if you're indoors, you're more likely to do booky things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
where
you.
the
And it keeps
stereotype
you
comes from.
And it keeps you from athletic things too,
Yeah.
like being able to
never use that as an
perform on a
excuse.
level as like someone who doesn't suffer.
That's where
I brought my inhaler back recently, and I
Yeah.
just had to gauge how cool I am.
Similar
Well-
with glasses a lot of times too, I think.
Yeah,
though,
yeah,
like
yeah,
those are
which
known
is-
as-
But I think
Like,
that's the stereotype
athletically.
because I know plenty of smart people that aren't
Sure. I mean,
Using
it
inhalers?
is a stereotype.
using
but I just didn't
inhalers
know
or
why.
have glasses or don't play sports. Like it's a stereotype.
Yeah,
people are
definitely.
people.
People are
People are people and ducks are ducks.
Yes,
To take
they
home
can't
lesson
make
for
phone
this
calls.
evening.
Dogs are dogs who can't make phone calls
problem.
and come in multiple colors. We're learning a lot here.
We're all about
always do.
diversity here at AfterBuzz TV.
I love it. Now, is that the more you know?
I think I was the more you know.
No, that was my
That's
that was
awesome.
my tablet making noises without me asking it to. I'll have to yell at it later.
Anyway, I'm sorry. The sauce.
The sauce, yes.
They never got in trouble for the pepper stealing, which I'm surprised about. That was
Me
just they made it
too.
Well,
happen.
but I liked the faux Ocean's 11 heist.
yes.
Like I have this big elaborate plan where you guys are gonna do this big, huge heist, and it's just like we're gonna go to where the peppers are and then take the peppers.
Gloria's like, take me to the peppers.
yeah.
Because like she's literally there and doesn't know where the peppers are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I-
it worked out.
I didn't really want to spend too much time on them there anyway. I wanted to
Yeah.
see
No.
them
Yeah.
interact, so I was
wasn't
glad.
disappointed. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. We got
just
just the
seemed
right
like
amount of time
Totally. And it gave
with
Manny
peppers.
something to do
with the
this
peppers.
episode.
I wish Pepper somehow owned the peppers.
Yes.
It would be cool.
Pepper. Is Pepper Nathan Lane or someone else?
I'm like 80% sure Pepper's Nathan.
I think so too, and I love that.
I don't. What was Pepper's either fiance or
Oh,
boyfriend's
they all
name?
Longinus?
I don't remember which one was
it,
who.
Was it Lioness or was it
Which
Longinus?
one was
I
Nathan?
don't.
Lane? I don't know.
I think there's a Longinus, but there's a lot of crazy names.
Yeah.
Which
There
is
was,
great.
there was a Pepper that's constantly referenced that
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure is Nathan Lane.
Okay.
So
By
that's all
how
taken care of.
often he's referenced.
Yes, yeah.
Do you guys feel like Gloria is in the right in this situation when she's like, "This is my sauce," even
Yeah.
though you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. If the way Cam is, yes. In general, you can let someone in, but he was and probably often does steal the show. So I think so. I don't know that he needed to be pushed out completely. But
I enjoyed
Well,
that push out.
I enjoyed that push out and I enjoyed the setup by Mitch, but I don't know. It's a sitcom-y push out where it's,
Yeah.
if two people were actually in business together, they would communicate a little better.
sure.
Also, I feel like yes, he took it too far, trying to put himself on the label and whatnot, but he did get her business and was selling them and got her 160 bottles, which is something she didn't do.
I forgot about that. So
Yeah,
I
no, he got her
retract
business.
my answer a little bit.
I
Just
kind
a
of feel
little
like,
bit. She should have, in a non-sitcom world, said, "You're going too far."
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
he can choose to pull it back or
Because
not.
Right.
in real life, it would have been, let's get this 160, let's get this
Right.
order done.
And then we'll have a talk.
And
Right.
then, like, immediately thereafter, we're going to have to sit down and talk about our
Sure,
partnership.
sure.
I don't want to watch that show.
No. Yeah.
I like this show where this is a good show.
I'm with you, Steph. Good point.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, good.
I spent a lot of time around these panels just talking about, like,
Yeah.
so this is how it should have went down, but then
But then it's reality.
then let's
and
not
that's
watch.
Yeah. Although I thought the whole breakup part was freaking hysterical, like
Yeah,
him going from
that's what-
sad to angry.
All
Yes.
those different emotions,
To all
like that
of
was
that.
amazing.
That was amazing. And then she got him to be like, "You're right, thank you."
But now I feel a little competition coming on because if he's going to start making his own sauce and she's making sauce, who's going to be in Granddaddy's basket?
Everybody's gonna go with the ethnic sauce.
I mean-
when like you go for like salsa, you're thinking like, oh, well, this person probably knows what they're doing because it's part of their culture.
I
I would assume.
beyond that, if there was a sauce with Gloria on it and a sauce with Cam on it, I'd buy the sauce with Gloria on it because sex sells.
That's true, and that's probably no matter who you are or what you're into.
I wouldn't. I would buy the sauce with
Except for
Cam
Roxy,
on
yeah.
it because I would be like, oh, he's a little rounder. That's
Oh.
going to be a little more delicious.
You
Yum.
won me over.
Nice
That is
one.
true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Nice
But if
one.
you're looking for traditionally Latin,
Of that culture.
if you're looking
you
for
would-
traditional sauce of that culture, you would go with someone who looks like that. Not
Isn't it like a tomato sauce?
Well, now that there's an
No, like,
argument,
well,
I think
there's-
they need to both be back on the label and sell it both
I
ways.
think I agree. They'll probably have a partnership, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yes.
Something.
Something like that.
What was the whole deal with Manny, him not feeling included, though? I get that he needed to get this elaborate plan, but I just felt like Manny had no place in this episode, so they kind of
That's why I'm saying the whole plan, like, they gave him something to do.
Yeah, like that was
nothing really else was happening.
But what were they talking about at school? He missed out on something? Like, are they
he wasn't part of the prank.
Because he's on the football team, but he wasn't a part of the prank.
Are they about to allude to, like, again, Manny not being able to make friends and, like, and having problems with women again? Why are they starting...
I think it was just to set up.
Yeah, that was
all right.
That was
the thing they had him do.
That was well, let's get these three guys in here. Let's get Manny in here. Let's find a common problem Manny will always have in this show.
Okay.
Yeah. And then use it.
I'm just over that Manny problem. I feel like Manny, like, he's cute.
It's a never-ending struggle.
Yeah, like once again, if Manny got over his problems, we'd be over Manny.
Okay.
That's true.
So Manny has to have problems.
Someone was over Manny on the panel. Lindsay, perhaps. So.
Lindsay was over Manny.
Yeah, sometimes me too.
Well, there you go.
Manny.
I'm a Lindsay fill-in for the day.
Yes,
anyway.
keeping the opinions alive and well.
All right. So Lily's sleepover.
Yes.
It's a terrible transition.
That was a lot, but it worked. It was a lot of girls.
Oh, your transitions are so much better than mine.
Straight into the point, dude. A lot of girls.
Yeah.
This was probably the funniest part of the episode.
Yeah.
Though. That scene when the mom walks in and they're like in a child labor. Oh,
hilarious.
That was unbelievable.
But when you have a sleepover, is it common to have that many kids at one time?
Yeah, definitely girls. I think with women
girls.
a lot more too. Like girls growing up, when you have sleepovers, it's like you have to be kind of PC about it, invite a lot of people in your class. Like I used to, if I had a class of 20 kids and 10 of them were girls, all the girls were coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's nice, but it's giving me anxiety as well. I need my inhaler, basically.
But this was her whole dance troupe or whatever.
Her Korean dance troupe.
Yeah.
Vietnamese dance troupe.
Yeah. Her Vietnamese dance troupe of the funniest, like, when they were doing the Jane Fonda thing too, he's like, Felicity, go! Like,
oh, man.
I thought that was so funny.
That was amazing.
Really, really
I love
good.
that he was calling things out.
Does anyone else want just that web series of Jay having his own like Jane Fonda-esque instructional video?
I would.
Absolutely.
Where he throws such major shade at everybody.
I always think about that. Why do they have these like perfect people doing these instructional videos?
They
I
need
would
somebody
love
fat doing it,
No,
right?
Not
Or
even
just a
necessarily
regular,
somebody
like-
fat, somebody funny who's like,
Definitely.
stick it up, yeah, like whatever it is. The way he's talking, he's like, you got it, don't be a loser. Like, I want that.
Yeah, but like, and the way he instructed the class of like, Jolene, we are punching and moving and punching and moving. Would you care to join us?
Yeah, like things like that. I would so much rather be working out, somebody telling jokes, and me like trying to laugh and also hating myself.
Hurting at the same time.
Definitely.
Brilliant.
Can't imagine a farther side note, but has anyone ever tried the Richard Simmons thing that they do in LA? Because you can go and you will be laughing if you attend that.
Really?
It's
Yes.
crammed in. There's so many people. It's literally shoulder to shoulder, but he's in there in like a butterfly mask and telling you what to do. And he like slaps people in the face.
Oh my God.
So when
You
we're done,
have
all
to
four
wanna
of us
go.
are going?
Yes. Yes.
God.
We'll tell you
Field
about it
trip.
next week.
All four of us
And
are going.
we can put it on
Follow us all on
AfterBuzz.
Twitter so we can actually,
bring
you're
the
right, we'll take a
cameras.
press kit.
Yeah, we'll
Is
take
it a
press
good
kit.
workout?
No. No,
No.
it would be, but I'm telling you, it was so packed. Like, there were a few times I like couldn't really move to do it. But
You've gone
it is
multiple times?
A few,
Moments.
A few
a
moves.
few,
moves. Yeah. I think it was like
Nothing wrong with you going more
So
than
anyway,
once.
Lily sleepover.
Yeah.
Jay never had a kid stay up past 7:30 on a
Yeah.
sleepover, which
That's
is
amazing.
impressive.
That
It
is
is.
impressive.
That's
7:30
early.
for a child. That's.
But don't they
pretty
wake up early then? That would be my fear.
Oh my God, I would make them stay up all night just so they
Right.
could sleep in.
Yes, much
No,
rather deal with
'cause-
it later.
Ugh.
Yeah, but then you can. I don't know. That's fair. Kids sleep a lot, don't they?
No.
No.
Kids wake up
They
early.
wake up early.
Saturday morning cartoons,
Oh
dude.
my God, that bowing moment too when she was just
Loved.
getting the purse. Everything about this was so funny.
Yeah. Yep.
I was all in on this.
Me too. So good.
So yeah, this whole thing. I'm trying to think of like everything else Jay did to try to calm them down. Which my favorite part was where he read them the instruction manual to how to make a closet. Like,
Yeah.
because
That, like final bumper.
because at first I thought like he was reading that to them and he was making them build a closet
That'd be amazing.
to
If we
go
just
with
kept
just
it
child
going.
labor again.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, gather around. I'll tell you a story.
That's awesome. Yeah, it was great. The whole thing was really good. But the bow
was really
got me.
funny.
So
The way, and we kind of talked about this last week, but the way they make racial jokes it's so good. I think 'cause
Yeah.
it's like
Lily last week was like, "Daddy, that's racist."
yeah, exactly. It's like
I love
so it's
Spot
great.
on.
Yeah, they
with
do a
the
great job.
with the nail thing.
Yeah,
last week.
yeah,
that was
yeah.
really
He kept laughing. It was like so
The transition is so
inappropriate.
funny.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of so funny, starting with Khaliel, we're gonna do the funniest line of the night.
Okay, the funniest line of the night was when Mitch was talking to the mom, the Vietnamese mom. It's like, isn't this so funny? We just had a trans.
Yeah,
We just had 2 trans over here for. Nah.
that was potentially mine.
That was an honorable mention of
Pull out
mine.
another. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't read any of the things. Oh well, I did like when when Phil caught the football and it was like hardly a throw. How did he do that?
I love that.
Yeah.
That was mine too. My other one was right before that when Alex says, "Great, now the captain of the football team hates me."
that was
which is like,
awesome.
obviously the robot nerd is
Yeah,
the captain
yeah,
of the
yeah.
football team. I love it.
My line of the night has to be from Jay. I'm not losing to the Vietnamese 2 times in one lifetime.
Yeah.
That was amazing too.
And then
was
an
really
honorable
good.
mention also about Jay is the last guy she broke up with actually helped us move into Jay's house.
Yeah.
That was really funny.
That was awesome.
Those are my 2
That was
favorite
really
lines of the
funny.
night.
I love that.
And then also Gloria had some really good ones, especially her "You're mine" or "Take advantage of it." I love
Yeah.
how she tries to push Manny to like,
Yeah.
Yes.
do crazy things.
And I loved when Haley, they were trying to figure out which duck was which,
On
and
the
she
hot
said,
one.
"Yeah, well, I loved." We didn't talk about that, but how they were each the duck. That was amazing. But then to find the Alex duck, she was like, "Well, let's wait until New Year's Eve and see which one stays home." That's
One
was
last
me
honorable
this year,
mention,
by the way.
Khaliel.
I didn't have one.
Okay. Then
You put me on
Way
the
to put him
spot,
on the
dude.
spot.
I know.
we were flowing
just kept
in
it going.
I
We
know,
were
I'm
flowing in
sorry.
that direction. I didn't.
I appreciate
great, and
being included, though. Thank you.
a second honorable mention for me would be great. Now all the robots are looking at us.
That was great
Yeah,
too.
that was a good
That
one.
was great, and I think we can end it on there.
Or recite the entire episode.
Either or.
Whichever you want to do.
Please let us know in the comments what your favorite line was. We will read them. We will respond. We
Yeah.
will riff along with you if
right.
you can. And you can also tweet at us. Starting with me, you can find me at Steve Kauffman. That is KAUFMANN on Twitter.
That's
can
right,
find-
Steve. Go ahead, Roxy.
Thank
are
you,
you?
Khaliel.
You're welcome.
You can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar.
You can find me at Adam Salandra.
And hello. Again, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo. Unless you already follow me, then you'll see
Just
Khaliel
keep
Abooboo.
doing the damn
Then you
thing.
already are a fan.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and please join us again next week for the Modern Family After Show.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.